I really didn't realize that I was in a cycle. Waking up every day, doing the same things over and over again. It was like lack of a purpose. It becomes really easy to just fall into those routines and to do the same things over and over again and then to see it that way. I knew that I had issues. I knew that there was things that I wanted to change in my life. And even knowing those things, I wasn't able to do that on my own. You would make progress, and then you would always just end up sliding back. And whenever you slide back, it's just you feel like you're right back to where you were a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. And those were those moments when I felt lost because it was working. I'm spending all my money. I'm not even paying rent, so there's that lack of responsibility or feeling of responsibility. So it's like if I can't do this, how can I move out? How can I, start a family? And I didn't even have a desire to start a family at that point in my life. It was almost like the feeling of running out of road. It dawned on me that, I have to figure something out for myself. I wanted to find a purpose in my life and for my life at that time, and started reading. I started, trying to just educate myself on stuff that I thought was interesting and kind of to give my life a purpose. Where did I come from? Why am I here? Kind of thing. I'm reading all these books and these authors are going, oh, the Bible is, a great historical document. And I started reading Genesis and just started going book after book. I worked at Sky Zone, which is connected to the church, so I got to be around these people regularly. But when I finally got to the point where, I want to, look more into the Bible, I want to look more into Christ, it was really easy for me to kind of just take it on. One of my really good friends at the time had offered to help get me a job, and that was at Sky Zone. He got me a job as a court monitor and to help out with some of the marketing projects. He's always been close to God, and I told Corey about it. I was like, "Hey, dude, I started reading the Bible," and we would always have these conversations where I was always usually based in the science of things, and so for a long time I got the argument for God, and it never really hit me until I feel like I was ready for it. I picked it up one day, brought it to work with me. On my lunch, I started reading it, and he got really excited. He was like, dude, tell me if you have any questions. It was exciting, and it was almost like I couldn't get enough of the Bible. And then the more that I looked into the Bible, there was nothing I was able to prove wrong. And the deeper I looked into something, the more it proved itself to be correct. When I found Christ and I, began to notice, the impact that these people were having on my life, I even have expressed to Corey, like, I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for the people at FCC, at Sky Zone, at the school. It's scary to think, if I didn't have those people to kind of help guide me, because when I had questions, when I needed help, there was people there for me. It became clear to me, and like, I want to get married. I want to have kids because I want to show Jesus to my child. I want to raise a child to know Christ. When I finally came to that decision, like, I got to get married, I got to find somebody, I downloaded a Christian dating app. I messaged my wife, Sydney, who wasn't my wife at the time. We started talking, and I prayed a lot, if she's the one, Lord, let me know. About 5 months, I want to say, after we met, that we got married. It was almost like, Christ working in both of our lives. Kind of everything prior to the point of us meeting happened for a reason. The sense of holding me accountable, somebody that I can talk to about Christ, about Scripture. And then we wanted to wait a little bit before trying to have a little baby. And I think I was in the shower one night after work. I got home, I get out, and she's waiting, and she's got the positive pregnancy test. And it was one of the most exciting things. It's exciting to have the opportunity to just lead my daughter, lead my wife in Christ. It's been a goal. I look back and I go, man, where would I be today if I didn't have the community, the resources? It all played a factor into me being able to finally find my faith and take that jump. When Jesus is walking on the water, Peter steps out of the boat, and the moment he takes his eyes off Jesus, he begins to sink. And what Jesus was waiting on was what Peter did in that situation, was he called out to Jesus, and in the scriptures it says Jesus immediately grabs on to him. And I think for that period of time, from that time that I started at Sky Zone to the time that I was saved, that all God was waiting on was for me to call out and cry out to Jesus. And isn't that, what he's famous for?